Hi, I'm Laura, and this is Lalo Wellness. Today's practice is going to be focused on balance, something super important to keep at the forefront of our physical lives. Balance is something that we easily can lose over time if we don't practice it. Also, something we need to keep really at the forefront of our emotional lives. So let's get started and see where we go. Going to start today's practice in a kneeling position with your toes tucked under. This is going to let your feet stretch out a little bit. It can get a little bit intense pretty quickly, so if you're starting to feel that way, just lift your hips up and away from your heels to take some of that pressure off. Well, let's start here for a moment and just take a couple of breaths. Start feeling how you're feeling today in your body and in your mind. And just noticing anything that's feeling tight or stressed. And then focus in on your breath. Taking nice deep breaths. Every time you breathe in, see if you can lengthen out a little bit more through your spine and focus your attention. And as you breathe out, release tension in your body and in your mind. Let's take one more breath here. We're going to bring our hands down to our mat, taking the fingers nice and wide and bringing them right underneath your shoulders. Make sure you can see the mat between your fingers. We're going to walk our knees back past our hips. So we come into a kneeling plank position. This is going to be our first balance position right here in this plank pose. This is a great plank alternative. Anytime we're doing a plank, you can always come to a kneeling plank. We're going to tuck those toes under again, sit back and just crouch into it, and then lean all the way forward, if possible, lengthening out those legs, giving yourself a little space here. We don't want to let the hips fall or pike up. We want to keep a nice long line, crown to heels. Let's crouch back one more time and then come right up into that plank. Lift your right leg this time. Maybe your left knee comes to the ground and we lower down. Chaturanga. Tuck the toes under, press up, keeping the knees down and maybe lifting those knees up. Let's take that one-legged plank to the other side. Maybe the right knee comes down. Maybe you keep it up high. Lower down, chaturanga, and release to the floor. Lift up into that kneeling plank, tuck the toes under, and lift the hips high to come into a downward facing dog. Let's pause here for a moment. Just pedal out the legs, lengthen out the arms, putting as much of our body weight into the middle of the hands as we can, right at the base of the fingers. Long arms, long spine. Come up on all 10 toes and then gradually letting your heels drift down toward the mat. It's always okay to bend your knees here if that helps you lengthen out the back of the spine just a little bit more. Take a deep breath in, look toward the top of your mat, and slowly start to walk your way forward. A little bit of a bend here at the knees, and then we slowly start to lift the hips, let the head drop to come into a forward fold. Rolling it up, one vertebra at a time. Let your arms just kind of dangle here. Little squeeze through the glutes as you're rising up. Roll those shoulders up to the top of the ears, back and down. Palms are facing forward. Find that strong mountain pose. What I'd like you to try, perhaps, is to close your eyes here. Focus in on those touch points at the base of your big toe, pinky toe, and your heel of each foot. Lifting the chest, take a deep breath in, let it out. Deep breath in, reach those arms up high. This time exhale into your forward fold. I'm going to be using blocks today. because I like the way that they help my arms get a little closer to the floor. So I'm going to be placing my hands right on top of each one of my blocks. I could have them taller or shorter. I'm going to keep them right here at intermediate. Inhale and lift your right leg high, standing splits, lengthening out through both legs. Slowly lifting the right hand off of the floor or the block and reaching that right hand toward the ceiling, beginning to open up the hips to the right, looking out to the right, and maybe up to that ceiling for half moon. Gradually bringing that hand back down, facing the floor, and bringing the foot down, coming into your forward fold. Lengthen out the legs a little bit here. Relax those hands. Inhale, lifting up through the left leg, standing splits on the left. Lengthening out through both knees. We're going to pick up the left hand and start to reach it toward the ceiling, opening the hips toward the ceiling, taking our gaze out to the side, standing half moon. And then slowly bringing that hand back down, coming back to our standing splits, and returning to the forward fold. Inhale, roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Take a deep breath. Exhale and return to that forward fold. Planting your hands on the mat, step back 1 foot at a time to come into a plank. Lengthen out through the neck, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bring that right knee to your right elbow. Level out your whole body into that plank. Inhale and lift. Exhale, right knee to the nose, lengthening out that body. Inhale and lift. Right knee comes to your left elbow. We're going to extend the left leg out. You're resting on the outer edge of your right foot, rather. Come onto the inside of the left foot, reach the hand high, fallen triangle. Let's take 2 breaths here. Maybe your gaze is up, maybe forward, maybe down to your hand on the floor. 1 more breath. Exhale and place that hand back on the floor. Come onto your left toes. Kick that right leg up high. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Taking that deep breath. Inhale, lifting up through the left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale and reach the leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach that left leg high. Left knee to right elbow. And extend the left leg. Resting on the outside of that left foot. Pivot onto the inside of the right foot. Let's reach up tall through the right hand. 2 big breaths. And slowly begin to bring that hand down, face the mat. Pick up the left leg. Exhale and come into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and out here. Inhale, slowly walking the way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, bending at the knees, reach the hands high, coming into your chair pose, and just pausing here. Take a quick look, make sure you can see your toes. If you can't quite see them, maybe stand taller, shift your weight back. This is a great balance pose here. You've got gravity pulling you down and your ambition reaching you high. One more breath. And on your exhale, step back on the right foot, drop down to the right knee, release your arms, left knee to the ground, sitting all the way down, right back where we started. Take a breath in, exhale. Let's walk your hands forward just a little bit here, crossing over at the ankles, roll over those ankles, come to a seat. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to reach those hands out high. Exhale, drop the fingertips to the floor. And let your left ear drop over towards your left shoulder. We're going to reach our left hand up and just let it rest on the outside of the head. We're not pulling on the head. We're just giving it a little bit of extra stretch here. Now lift your right fingertips off the floor, point them toward the ceiling, just flexing that hand, creating some more stretch for the neck. And then we slowly release it all. Chin comes down to the chest. We're going to drop our right ear to the right shoulder. Right hand comes up, just resting again right there at the outer edge of the head. Let's pop those left fingertips off the ground, pushing the heel of the hand toward the floor and finding that deeper stretch for the neck. Inhale and release. Exhale, drop the hands down. Take one more big deep breath out and up. Exhale, hands coming to heart center. Let's pause here for just a moment. And start to find a little bit of relaxation through the crown of the head and feel it moving down across the face, wrapping around your neck, coming down into your shoulders, slowing your breath, and letting your knees relax just a little bit more toward the floor. And feel that softness rolling all the way down the calves into your feet, your toes. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts. From my heart to yours, namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you did, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And if you'd like to get some more tips on how to integrate wellness into your everyday life, please come visit me at laylowellness.com.